Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 10, the branches and sub-branches of Chaitanya tree, if I remember correctly. Texts 159 and 160. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So we will repeat the second verse, 160. I will read the first one. I list in this way only a portion of the innumerable devotees of Lord Chaitanya. To describe them all fully is not possible. Text 160. Akaika shakat lage koti koti dar. Tara shishya upashishya tara upadar. Ikaika in each. Shakate branch. Lage grow. Koti koti hundreds and thousands. Dala twigs. Tara his. Shishya disciple. Upashishya sub-disciple. Tara his. Upadala sub-branches. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. From each branch of the tree have grown hundreds and thousands of sub-branches of disciples and grand disciples. Purport. It was the desire of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that his cult be spread all over the world. Therefore, there is a great necessity of many disciples of the branches of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's disciplic succession. His cult should be spread not only in a few villages or in Bengal or in India, but all over the world. It is very much regrettable that complacent so-called devotees criticize the members of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness for accepting sannyas and spreading the cult of Lord Chaitanya all over the world. It is not our business to criticize anyone, but because they try to find fault with this movement, the real truth must be stated. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted devotees all over the world, and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur also confirmed this. It is in pursuit of their will that the ISKCON movement is spreading all over the world. Genuine devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu must take pride in the spread of Krishna consciousness movement instead of viciously criticizing its propaganda work. The translation of the verse again. From each branch of the tree have grown hundreds and thousands of sub-branches of disciples and grand disciples. Hare Krishna. So we continue our discussion from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita on branches and sub-branches of the tree of Lord Chaitanya. Here we can see in these two verses that there are innumerable devotees of Lord Chaitanya, and Prabhupada is also encourages everyone to become one of the branches or twigs, we can say, in this tree. And it's very important to become so, because Lord Chaitanya came to give the most precious gift to all living entities, actually. He plundered the storehouse of love of God which is extremely rarely done. Once in a day of Brahma. That means his day is 4 billion and 360 million of years, and his night is also as long as this. So it means it's readily available for everyone in 8 billions 600 and how many? 40 million years. It's so rarely given so freely. Yes, that doesn't mean that it's completely impossible to get it in other ages, but it's extremely difficult and confidential. But now he spread it all over the world, and even in these Mlecha deshas where we live. Yes, so even the most insignificant, most lowly people can get this gift. So we should take it extremely seriously, because people are prone to take everything cheaply in Kali Yuga, to take everything externally actually, and thinking that this will make some difference, but it will not. External label has never created any difference actually. What it counts is the change of the heart. Nothing else counts actually. So to become a twig or a branch on the tree of Lord Chaitanya, one must know how to become a branch or a twig. Yes, it's not something cheap. It's given freely, but it's not cheap. We have to pay the price, and it's really comparatively extremely small price to have full faith. And to have full faith means to fully engage in the process. Yesterday we discussed that only if we have, or one day before, I forgot exactly, that only if we have full faith in something, we can do something. Without faith, you wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't go to school if you don't have faith that they will teach me anything, or that they will give me a certificate, at least, that I can prove somewhere else to get a job from this. If I don't have faith in this, I would never study this. Yes, I would think these are some cheaters or whatever. So if I don't have faith that some bus will take me to the I don't know, to the airport, I wouldn't embark it, would I? I would be crazy if I don't have faith. So faith means I strongly believe in something. Of course, we have discussed that this faith shouldn't be blind faith, but should be established on the firm foundation of Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, because only this has proven through the ages that this is the only unchangeable, solid truth. Yes. All other so-called truths, for example, these modern scientific truths, are found out in due course of time as practically as fraud many times, isn't it? Or illusion. There comes new discovery that denies the previous one. Yes. And even in my small span of life, I have experienced many such truths being denied. Scientific truths that were taught in school as something absolute being denied. Yes. discovered that this is not true exactly. Yes. So we can see Shastra is something that doesn't change through the ages. Always remains the same. And there are the most elevated people who have followed Shastra, most noble people, dedicated to truth, compassionate, very mild-tempered, their senses under control. So these are the highest possible people that we can find. They stuck to this truth of Shastra. Because if we see modern scientists, they're not controlled at all. Their mind is not under their control. Their senses are not under their control. Nothing is under control. Jai Shri Gurunita ki Jai, Shri Radha Parizishwari ki Jai, Jagannath Baldev Subhadramayi ki Jai. Yes, I said someday that I'm coming from a scientific family, and my brother is a professor in the university, and my father was a professor. And they both are speaking that those who write most articles, these scientific articles, they still believe in science very much. but what they are speaking, it's craziness that they believe. Because they themselves, who are experienced in this, they say that most articles are written by some cheaters in their own field, because they know their own field, therefore they they are speaking about their own field. Because they are extremely lazy, they don't do proper research, but they crave for some glory and recognition, and they have time because they don't do researches, and they write many articles, and they are very recognized all over the world because they write a lot of articles, and this is what it counts. These scientific articles, but they are all made up, not based on the real scientific proof. Yes. So we can see how much cheating is going on in this so-called science. But here is no cheating. We should take everything as Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. We shouldn't take anything cheaply. We shouldn't take anything cheaply. And if we develop this faith in Shastra, immediately we can understand that we should accept authority. Yes. Adau Shraddha, Tatu Sadhu Sangha. And Sadhu Sangha means accepting authority. Yes. I accept authority of Guru. Yes. And then I engage in service. It's very simple. If I have Shraddha in something, then I can do something. Of course. Then it's natural that I do only things that I have great faith in. Yes. Of course I have to live in this world, so I perform also some work to support me and my family. But actually we should know that it's only Krishna who supports everyone. Yes. That we are not the supporter. Even if I wouldn't do anything, if I would be unable to do anything, Krishna will still supply everything if he would want to. Yes. This service is not just service with the hands, also chanting is service. Also smaranam is also service. Shravanam is also service. Many times devotees don't understand properly. They think that only if we do something with our hands is service. Of course we shouldn't avoid serving with the hands, because we are given hands with certain purpose. Krishna has given us all these facilities to use them in his service. So if we have hands, we should use them in the service of the Lord. If we have legs, we should use them in the service of the Lord. If we have mouth, we should use it in the service of the Lord. And our intelligence and our mind, everything should be used as a service to the Lord. Yes, but we should not just, as I said, externally take this designation. I'm a devotee. I'm ISKCON devotee. I'm a part of Lord Chaitanya's tree. No. I may associate externally with ISKCON devotees, ISKCON members, or with any kind of devotee association. If I'm not fully dedicated to service of the Lord, I'm just a dry leaf on the tree. What's the use of a dry leaf? Yes, no use. Yes. Because every leaf, every twig, every branch has certain role, has certain service. But dry leaf is useless. Yes. Every leaf gives sustenance to the tree, actually. So we should also support the whole tree, support other devotees, support our devotional life. So I stress this regularly, how we are put in certain social role with a purpose, of course. And therefore, we should know that in every situation that we are in, my only purpose of life is to serve Guru and Krishna. Yes. So, if I'm a father, my foremost duty is to teach my children how to become Krishna conscious. Yes. I have no other duty that would be more important than this. I have to support my family, but foremost duty is to teach them Krishna consciousness. Yes, this is my duty, because only by teaching them Krishna consciousness they can be saved from the clutches of death. Otherwise, they will be butchered, yes, by material nature. And if I don't care, I'm like an assistant of a butcher. Yes. So I shouldn't be assistant of a butcher and send my children to slaughterhouse. Yes. And it's the same if I'm a mother also. From the very beginning of conception of a child, mother is the guru of a child. Yes. It's so important role. Yes. And the child should have this impression from his or her mother, from the very time of conception, that her mother is always exposed to Krishna conscious vibration, to Krishna conscious energy and consciousness. Yes, this is so important. That means that she doesn't go to the cinema, for example, to look to some nonsense vibrations, nonsense consciousness. She should chant regularly, yes, regularly, at least 16 rounds, yes, and read Shastra and meditate on Krishna discuss Krishna. It's not enough that we just finish our rounds. Yes. This is actually offensive thinking. I just have to finish. We should never finish. Should never finish. There is one Slovenian devotee who went on parikrama in Mayapur, and he was going to parikrama with his Guru Maharaj, and he came without japamala. And Gurudev asked him, "Where is your japamala?" And he said, "I have already finished my rounds." And he said, "You can never finish." Yes. Our rounds are never finished, actually. Yes, minimum we can finish. But it's not purpose of our chanting to finish. Yes. We shouldn't take it like this. I have just to finish. No. That means I don't have any taste in chanting, this idea of finishing. I have no taste in chanting and no actual faith in chanting also. Because if we have faith, we should know that this is Krishna himself. We associate with Krishna directly. Maybe I don't have taste because I'm diseased. I have this the disease of avidya. Therefore, I can cry, "Krishna, please help me. I am helpless. I don't have taste. I don't have any desire even to chant. But please, you are my only shelter." As Narottam Das Thakur is praying, he says, "I have committed unlimited offenses, my Lord, but still, you are my only shelter. I have no other shelter than you. Please help me to overcome these offenses." And he said also, "I'm afraid that I will not be able to cross over the obstacles in devotional service. Therefore, I pray constantly." So, we should pray constantly. We should be always connected with the Lord. And only if we are so sincere and dedicated to the service of the Lord, we can be counted as part of the Chaitanya tree. Yes. Otherwise, it's just some labeling. Yes, I'm devotee. You see, I wear kantimala. I have a tilak on my forehead. And I'm wearing Vaishnava dress. So yes, I'm a Vaishnava. But Srila Prabhupada wrote in some article in Back to Godhead in 1960, that means 5 years before he came to the West, he wrote that, and he's using this example from chemistry because he was a chemist. He said there are many devotees who pose themselves as devotees in their dress and appearance and so on. But if they're put in an acid test, as he said, of genuinity, then many of them would turn up to be mundane people. Yes. So we shouldn't be one of those externally appearing devotees, but actually be mundaners. Yes. Mundaner means one who has more faith in material nature than in Krishna. Yes. In Chaitanya Lila, Lord Chaitanya saw Srivas Thakur, that he was chanting all day long and performing kirtan and so on. And he supported big family, but he didn't have any job. He didn't perform any work to support the family. And he asked him, how can you support your family? And he answered. And he asked him, what kind of answer is this? And he said, if after 3 days the Lord wouldn't send me anything to eat, I will tie a big stone around my neck and drown in the Ganges. And Lord Chaitanya became so ecstatic by this answer that he said that even if there would be such a famine in the land that Lakshmi Devi herself would go door to door begging, there won't be anything lacking in your house. You'll be provided with everything. So we can see that Lord provides everything. Ananyashchintayantam mam ye janah paripasate tesham nitya bhayuktanam yogakshema vahamyaham. Lord Krishna promises in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad-gita that he will provide everything for his devotee and protect everything. Yes. And there was one acharya, I think it was Arjuna acharya, who was writing some commentary of Bhagavad-gita, and he saw this verse. And he was thinking, how is it possible that Krishna himself, he maybe provides through other people and so on, and giving us intelligence and so on. So this verse is not correct. And he crossed it. And then since he was a Brahmana, he went out to collect alms, to get something for his family, to support them. And that particular day, he couldn't get anything. No one gave him anything. But during the time he was out, some boy came with big load of foodstuff. He brought home, and only wife was at home, and she was very surprised to see this extremely lovely boy who brought this great amount of food and other things. And she saw that this boy has this whip lashes on marks of the whip lashes on the back, and she asked him, "What is this? Who did it to you?" And he said, "Your husband sent me that I bring this, and he punished me." And she was extremely disturbed. How it's possible? Otherwise so gentle, my husband is so gentle, but now mercilessly punish this little gentle boy. How is this possible? But then the child suddenly disappeared. And then Arjuna Acharya came back home and saw that his wife has prepared a wonderful feast. And he came empty-handed, and he was thinking how I will find some excuse that no one has given me anything. And then he saw that the wife performed wonderful feast, and he asked her, "How it's possible? Where did you get all this stuff?" And she was very upset, and she said, "You sent this small poor boy to bring such heavy load of different stuff, and you even punished him mercilessly." And he was surprised. He was taken aback. How is this possible? What's going on? I don't know anything about this. Please explain. And she then described how this small boy came with heavy load of different stuff, and that he was injured by some lashing with the whip. And then this Arjunacharya immediately understood that Krishna himself came. And he said, "You are a really fortunate woman. You saw Krishna himself. And why didn't you keep him in the house?" So then he went back and he rewrote this verse again. As he understood that Krishna himself is providing everything. So we should know that Krishna is the one who provides everything. Not that we are providing anything. Even if we go to work every day and work 8 hours at our job, still it's Krishna who provides. Krishna is one who provides our intelligence. Krishna is the one who provides our knowledge. Krishna is the one who provides our strength of our body and strength of our senses and everything, actually. He's the strength of digestion in our stomach. Yes. Yes. He himself says, "Aham Vaishvanaro bhutva pranam dikam ashita prana panat samayukta pachamyanam chaturvidam." I am the one who digests all the food. Yes. And he is the one who gives juice to all vegetables that we get any kind of food. Yes. So where is anyone else who provides? Krishna is the one who provides. And if we think we are just illusioned, yes, ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manati. I'm just illusioned by ahankara, false ego, if I think that I can do anything on my own. Yes. Krishna is the one who gives intelligence. Buddhir buddhimatamasmi, tejas tejasanamaham. I'm the power of man. Balam balavatam chaham. I'm the strength of the strong. Everything comes from Krishna. So my message is that we should take this Krishna consciousness process very seriously. Not something externally. Yes, I'm this, I'm that. These are all upadis. I'm Hare Krishna. Yes, this is an upadi. That means just external designation. What it really counts is our heart, and it's manifest in our life. So I just want to serve unconditionally, even if I'm neglected, even if I'm kicked around, even if no one recognizes my service. I'm still just a servant. I have no right to complain. Yes, because my master is treating me like this. We should see that Krishna is directing our life, that Krishna is actually teaching us how to surrender completely. Therefore, everyone will be exposed to certain sufferings in life, even if we are devotees, and some maybe even humiliation, yes, because it's beneficial for us, and mistreatment from others. But as long as we will not happily accept all this, will be repeatedly put in such circumstances. Because that if I have any grudge towards anyone because of being put in such position, even if they are karmis, that means I didn't understand the basic philosophy, the basic truth, that Krishna is the one who leads my life towards him. And everything actually that is happening to me, pleasant or unpleasant, is his mercy only, and nothing else. Yes. Only with such kind of mentality. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya stresses Trinadapi Sunichana Turori Vasuhishnana Amani Namanadina Kirtane Hari. Without this consciousness of utter humility and understanding that everyone else deserves respect but I. Everyone else. That means my husband, my wife, my children, my parents, my friends, my relatives, a stray dog in the street. Everyone else desires respect, but I don't deserve respect. I'm just a servant. Who respects the servant? I should consider myself a servant in every situation. Of course, there may be diseased living entities outside, and we don't serve them according to their whims. I have explained this many times. But we should always have this consciousness. I'm just a servant. I'm just a servant. Yes, this is so important. If I don't have this consciousness, I will definitely expect some honor, some recognition, some proper treatment. Yes. Immediately when I expect proper treatment, I'm cheating myself. Yes. I have material consciousness. And with material consciousness, I cannot connect with the Lord. And only if I connect with the Lord, I can be counted as a branch. Otherwise, I'm disconnected branch. What's the use of disconnected branch? Yes. It's dead. Yes. So we should be living branch, living twig, living leaf. That means that we are connected. But if we are disconnected, we are just dead. Maybe living dead. Like this world is full of zombies, living dead. So don't be living dead. Become a devotee. And devotee means to be extremely humble. Yes. Without this humbleness, no one can become a devotee. No one can become a devotee. Yes. And this is austerity. This is austerity. And Krishna explains that there are three kinds of austerities in Bhagavad-gita. Austerity of body, of speech, and of mind. Yes. And if we want to develop these qualities of the heart, we should perform austerities of the body, speech, and mind. Yes. Deva dvija guru pragya pujanam shocham atravam brahmacharyam ahimsacha shariranta bhaushyati. We don't have time to go to all these austerities, but austerities of the body is first to recognize who is worshipable and who is not. Yes. Deva dvija guru pragya. Yes. So they are pujanam. They should be worshipped. The Lord should be worshipped. The teachers, spiritual masters should be worshipped. And brahmanas should be worshipped. Yes. And all superiors should be worshipped, actually. Especially if they are Krishna conscious. And to be very clean, inside and outside. It's very important. And to be inside our heart that should be clean, we should know the philosophy very well. If we don't know the philosophy, our idea of Krishna consciousness will be thwarted. Yes. We will be twisted. We will wrongly understand. And I have seen many devotees who wrongly understand philosophy, and therefore they expect honor. It's simple to understand. Yes. Immediately, when we don't understand properly, our Krishna consciousness is ruined. Yes. Then becomes something external. Don't be external devotees. Of course, we can be external devotees also, but most important is to be internal devotees, devotees in our heart. Yes. Therefore, we should know a proper philosophy, Sambandha Gyan. The Sambandha Gyan is very much stressed by our acharyas. Because without proper Sambandha Gyan, that we know that we are just a servant, we can never properly perform our abhidaya, our sadhana, our spiritual practice, because we have then wrong ideas. Yes. And wrong ideas about our sadhana. Our sadhya is dependent on our sadhana. Our goal is dependent on our sadhana. We should understand this. And if we wrongly perform our sadhana, we will never achieve our goal, actually. If our sadhana is not of pure devotional service, our goal will also not be pure devotional service. It's not possible. Yes. So we should practice pure devotional service, not something mixed or something with wrong ideas in life. Yes. And then we only can be connected in only this way possible. Hare Krishna. Is there any question or comment or doubt? Yes, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very much for your association. Concerning one must know the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, otherwise we'll be not getting the right fruits. And concerning this, if is a devotee, pure devotee, suffers?
If he suffers.
Yeah.
Once Sridhara Swami of ISKCON, Sridhara Swami, the Jolly Swami, maybe you have heard.
Yes.
He said something very interesting. He said, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. So, as long as there is a body, there will be pain also. Because pain is Krishna's mercy. Because we have a body for a certain purpose, to serve Krishna. And the pain is informing us there is something wrong with the body. If we wouldn't feel any pain, our body will be finished very soon. Yes. If I put my hand in the fire, I'll be burnt, and I will, because of the pain, I will take my arm out of the fire very quickly. Otherwise, if I wouldn't feel any pain, I would leave the hand too long in the fire, and my hand would be destroyed. Therefore, pain is Krishna's mercy. And if I have a toothache, it's also sending me some notice. Something is wrong with your tooth. Get it fixed. Yes. And if I wouldn't do this, I would get some serious infection. And these infections from teeth can go to brain and destroy brain and so on. So it's Krishna's mercy, these different pains. But the sufferings, we suffer if we just are disconnected from Krishna. Understand? Then we take these pains in our life or if my ego is hurt, it's also pain. Or any other kind of pain, I should take it as Krishna's message to me, that I have to purify my existence. I have to cure myself. If my ego is hurting, that means that my ego is also in a diseased condition. So I have to fix it. Like if I have a toothache, I have to fix it. So I should take it with great gratefulness. Anything that is happening that is not pleasant, and of course also pleasant things, I should take gratefully. Everything I should be grateful for. This is very important, to be grateful, because we should understand that Krishna is lovingly guiding us towards Him in every circumstance, even pleasant or unpleasant. It's Krishna's mercy guiding us. So we should be grateful. Otherwise we are grateful. Yes. So Shastra explain that when one surrenders to Krishna, immediately all suffering is gone. That can mean on different levels. If one is completely absorbed, so much so, in the Krishna consciousness that he forgets about the body, this is also possible, described in Shastra, that if one is so absorbed in Krishna consciousness that he forgets that he has a body, he doesn't know if he's dressed or not. He's like a drunkard, completely drunk, who also doesn't know if is he at home or somewhere else. He's drunk with Krishna consciousness. Yes. And such a person doesn't know what's going on with the body. But of course there are also pure devotees on the Paramahamsa level, the highest possible level, who also know what's going on with the body. And they feel the pain in the body. They can feel even these different urges of the body, as hunger, thirst, lust, and other things that are bodily urges. But they take them in relationship with Krishna. Yes. Because they know that the body is Lord's temple, therefore I should take proper care of the body also. And Krishna explains this in 6th chapter of Bhagavad-gita. Yukta hara viharasya, yukta chistasya karmasu, yukta swapnavabodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkhaha. One should be moderate in eating, sleeping, work, recreation, and only then he can devote himself to yoga and be free from all miseries. Yes. And this being free from all miseries doesn't mean that we just give up the body and go to the spiritual world, but our consciousness is transcendental. So by getting transcendental consciousness, even if we feel pain, we'll not suffer in this way that we would lament. Yes, my body is getting sick, my reputation is hurt, or anything like this. Yes. Is this okay?
Yes, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
And also like to quote from Bhagavata concerning this. When Parikshit Maharaj was touring, then at one point he come very thirsty,
Yes.
and fatigued. The verse Bhagavatam says, and Prabhupada contradict everything in the verse, in the purport. So it's not supposed to be angry, not supposed to be thirsty, not supposed to be tired. Yeah. When Parikshit Maharaj was touring,
Yes, yes. And he became very thirsty and hungry.
and fatigued.
Yes.
And
He came to this.
Contradict everything in the purport. He said they're not supposed to be angry, it's not to be fatigued, because they're pure devotee.
Yes. Still, these things influence the body. We know from so many examples. Also, pure devotees, they feel hunger and fatigue. Pandavas also, when they were in exile. Bhima was extremely hungry. He ate half of everything they received. Although they were 6 in the exile, he ate half of everything. Yes. And they also became thirsty. It's a famous story. They went to this lake and everyone dropped dead because didn't want to answer the question of this yaksha, except Yudhishthira. So we can see. But devotees should understand that this thirst and hunger and fatigue, they come by Krishna's mercy also, with certain purpose. And therefore it's also recommended, as I mentioned, this Ekadashi fasting is good, because Krishna is teaching us, yes, you're just a servant, you're not entitled to take food. And he's teaching us that your body is very demanding. When we are fasting, we can see how much is body demanding. Maybe it's very unpleasant feeling to be fasting, and it is. Usually it is extremely unpleasant feeling. But it's teaching us something very important, that body is extremely demanding thing, and that we usually serve bodily demands very faithfully, and we don't even consider that that's something strange. Yes, and Parikshit later on, he received the news of being cursed before he came to his palace. So he just went to the bank of the Ganges and fasted till the end, with no water, no food, no sleep. So after this, the Lord, and he wasn't disturbed at that time. Before he was extremely disturbed, so much so that he put this dead snake around Shamik Rishi's neck. But later on, it was easy to him to tolerate thirst and hunger. Of course, again by Krishna's mercy. Yes. So it's actually Krishna who is giving us these different sufferings or pains, we can say. And therefore we should accept them very gratefully and welcome them with happy heart. And try to learn something from them, because Krishna is giving us these pains not because he's some sort of a sadist, but with certain purpose to teach us some lesson. Yes, to teach us some lesson. So as long as we feel some pains, we should know that Krishna is teaching me something. I should take a lesson from this pain. Yes. And if he wants us to be relieved from pain, this is also his mercy. So devotee doesn't bother if he feels pain or not. He tries to get a lesson from it. Yes. I have to cure something. This is the purpose of the pain, is to cure something. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
On the same topic, with Vasumati Manjali, we recently read in the Lilamrita the moment when Srila Prabhupada, after being disappointed with the missed opportunity of opening of the Krishna Balaram Mandir, which was not ready at all, there was a situation where Prabhupada in Vrindavan was very sick. He developed malaria disease.
Yes.
And at this moment, for the first time, he expressed to his disciples that the reason for this sickness, his deep sickness, is actually because 80% of his leaders are not following the rules and regulations. This is the direct root of his disease, he was mentioning like that.
Yes.
And so we can see here that there is a lesson, a big lesson for everyone also. We have a big responsibility if we aspire to be disciples, if we are disciples, if we follow Srila Prabhupada's footsteps, to be serious with rules, regulation, with our practice. And also after that, devotees started to chant like 24-hour kirtan in many temples all over the world. And
For Prabhupada's recovery.
yes, for Prabhupada's recovery. So there are many purposes in one situation, and we can see how Krishna is inspiring us through Srila Prabhupada, through his pure devotees, to be more serious, to be coming back home closer and as soon as possible.
Yes. Krishna performs many things with one move, usually. So he's teaching the followers to be very strict. If we are a true follower, we shouldn't be cause of suffering of our master. If we are a servant, this is extremely bad servant if he causes suffering to his master. And also he teaches the master not to accept unqualified servants. Yes. So whenever there is a pain, is some disease that should be mitigated, should be cured. And of course, ultimately our life will be taken away. And this is also not pleasant experience. It's most traumatic experience actually, living a body, because everything is just stops working. Our lungs are stopping working, our kidneys are failing, our liver is failing. We don't hear properly, we can't see properly, we can't breathe properly. Hardly. Many of dying people, they have extremely dry mouth, but they can't drink anything. Yes. Traumatic experience. So Krishna is sending us these different pains during our life just to train ourselves that even is in such a reversal, I'm trained to think of Krishna. Otherwise it will not be possible to think of Krishna at the time of death. Yes. Because we have the experience. One can step on a thorn, small tiny thorn, a millimeter or something, and how we can chant if this thorn is pricking us in the leg. Very difficult. our whole consciousness goes to this prick in our leg, isn't it? We have to get it out. So how much more traumatic experience is dying when everything is wrong in our body? It's quit working. So this is extremely traumatic experience. So if we are not, our consciousness is not very much trained. Actually, it's like a military drill, this Krishna consciousness process. Just to drill our consciousness. Yes, remember Krishna in every way, in every situation. Only then we can take complete shelter in Krishna in such traumatic experience. Therefore, this is really Krishna's mercy, these different unpleasant experiences that we have during our life. And Ekadashi, fasting for Ekadashi, for example, is one of them. And for great festivals like Janmashtami or Gaura Purnima and similar things. Yes, it's a great blessing. And if you don't take them as a blessing, and we try to avoid them somehow or other, we will not have this, our training will not be sufficient. Yes, especially when the dire need will come. To be dire need, that means great, extreme need. To be trained, then will lack of training. So be very serious in your spiritual life. Chant at least 16 rounds daily with utmost attention. No speaking during our chanting. No doing anything else. Not seeing our phone. What to speak of scrolling. Yes. Nothing. Just chant. Go to a lonely place and just chant. No one should disturb you. Yeah. I want this. I need this. Where is this? No. We should be completely undisturbed during our chanting. Take your chanting seriously. This is our only connection, actually, with Krishna. The only spiritual vow that we have taken. Yes, to chant without offense. At least 16 rounds. There are no limit how many rounds. But limit in the minimum there is. At least 16. Minimum. Yes, we can chant more. But not less. Yes. So we should take this extremely seriously. Even if we have small children. I have my own experience. Even because I can hear many times mothers of newborn children, they think that they have no time to chant. But they have plenty of time to chant. Yes. Because little children, they just eat and sleep. They don't do anything else. So during the eating, mother should chant. And during their sleeping, mother should chant. Yes. And this is actually the most important service that she can do, is chanting. Because then a child will drink the holy name with his mother milk. And this is the most precious gift the mother can give to a child, is to breastfeed a child and chanting along with it. Nowadays, mothers are scrolling the phones during their breastfeeding. And I have read some material study. This is actually a child abuse. Because a child, when it's breastfed, is searching for connection with the eyes to the mother. And mother's eyes are not fixed on the child, but somewhere else. And so it's a great trauma for a child, actually, that my mother doesn't take any care for me, actually. She's not interested in me. She's interested in something else. Yes, there is no disconnection. So yes, the mother should chant and lovingly look upon her child. Yes. Hare Krishna. So this answers this question.
More than expected.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for your attention. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Pramanandi. Hare Krishna.